Welcome to the process. It is Thursday, May 6th. I am Josh Engleman, and I am here to break down all 7 games on today's NBA slate. We're going to go through each individual team, look at rotations, check and see who's in or out, project out the whole slate, run some optimal lineups, get some power rankings, and then we're going to get on out of here. It is excellent to see everybody in chat. We've got a great crew in here right now, almost 100% ratio, which is the best. I love seeing stuff like this. So good morning to everybody. Please hit that like button as you get in the door. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Whew. Good stuff, everybody. I saw a couple people saying they picked up some dubs yesterday. That's outstanding. I love seeing it. I love seeing it. Scored my best score, 383.75 in a single entry. Cashed, ended the slump. Gotta love it. What else we got? Theodore cashed in the 100K. That's good. Cashing in cash. That's good. I love it. I love seeing it. It's a weird slate today. We got a couple spots that are fantastic. Hawks, Pacers, Thunder, Warriors is going to be something. That's for sure. And then we get Wizards, Raptors is interesting on the back-to-back. Lakers, Clippers at 10 o'clock is dreadful. I can't imagine we're going to be grabbing too much out of that. But unfortunately, 4 of the, 15 best players in the NBA are in that game. So that should be a blast. It's going to be a really fun slate, though. I'm excited for it. Normal day today. Just contenders videos coming out after this. Strategy show, I assume, with Adam Kaufman. But he and Laffy flip-flopped last week, so I'm not entirely sure. And then that's it for me. No live before lock tonight. So keep your eyes peeled to my Twitter. I was away from the computer last night. Post live before lock. Wasn't at my house. So that's why there were no updates yesterday. Just realized I'm not charging any of my stuff. And let's go ahead and get everything plugged in. There we go. So much to do. So much to charge. I think that we are about at that time to get this bad boy started. So thank you guys for being here. This is fun. Let's break down 7 games. But first, we'll do it the only way that we know how. And that would be cheers to everybody. I've got my coffee. I hope you have your coffee or your water, your tea, ciggy, joint, whatever you got. Cheers to everybody. Good morning. Let's start it off right. Let's rise and grind. And let's win some money today. Cheers. Way hotter than it's supposed to be right now. Way, way, way hotter. Don't like it. That's going to be a not fun way to drink that coffee over the next hour. Alrighty, everybody. Starting in a familiar place, the Atlanta Hawks. And by all accounts, everybody is available coming off the back-to-back. And shouts to Onyeka Okongwu. Real nice game yesterday. Good stuff. But for now, we just have to go ahead and grab Atlanta. Atlanta at Indiana. Indiana, as we know, ultra fast. They are, let's see where we're at after yesterday. They are 1.4 possessions behind Washington, but they are firmly in second place in terms of pace. So we got to be aware of that. And honestly, I don't really expect to be making many changes here. This is, I mean, I have to assume that the rotation is going to be largely the same. Starters played a little bit less than you would have expected yesterday, but I'm pretty much just going to sit here. You know what, Sotex? That's a good point. Shout out to Monkey Knife Fight, the presenting sponsor of this show. If you like free money, and I hope that you do, you can use the promo code Awesemo. Get yourself a 100% instant match deposit bonus of up to $100, which means if you deposit $50, they'll match with $50. If you deposit $100, they'll match with $100. If you deposit $200, you still only get $100. But who doesn't like free money? Everyone does. Everyone does. If I told you you could enter a contest for $100 and you were guaranteed to win $100, everyone would do it. Take advantage of the free money. Go check out Monkey Knife Fight. Thank you, Monkey Knife Fight, for being the presenting sponsor of this show. I don't think I have any changes that I need to make for Atlanta here, and that is going to make a couple of these guys pop off like crazy. So Trae Young looks fantastic today. 8,600 on FanDuel, 9,400 on DraftKings, even still looks pretty good, but 8,600 on FanDuel is damn tasty. Clint Capella at 8K, love that as well. Really nice matchup for him. He's 8,600 on DraftKings, a bit less interesting. This Hawks team in general just looks a little bit better on FanDuel than they do on DK. So keep your eyes peeled at the top of the Hawks list, because that is a really nice spot to be taking on Indy. Brooklyn now in a matchup taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Nets, no James Harden, as we know. Still no Chris Chiozza. Also, everything else seems pretty normal. 36 minutes for Durant, 36 minutes for Kyrie. I think both of those things seem fine. Do we think DeAndre Jordan is still in the rotation? Yeah, probably. Landry Shamet, 28 minutes. Seems okay. Blake. Maybe I got to give Blake an extra minute or two. I don't. It might have just been a matchup thing. Who needs minutes? That's the question. Bruce Brown not playing as much is pretty wild. I'm a little surprised by that. Little surprised. 34 minutes for Joe Harris. I have no changes there. So I think that this looks good. And, you know, when push comes to shove, we're probably only playing Durant and Kyrie. I do want to pull their rates, though. I think Durant is just so ultra efficient. It kind of clouds the data. So let's get Harden off, and then we'll get everybody else. LeVert, Dinwiddie, Allen, and what's his nuts? Prince. There we go. So Kevin Durant in, let's see, did we get everybody off that matters? Yeah, Kevin Durant in 460 minutes, just a 30% usage rate. Like, that's lower than what I have him in here for. But the problem lies in the fact that he's got a 67% true shooting. It's just wild. Kyrie, 30%. And 10. Like, I don't have any rates to change here. It's not the best spot against Dallas, but you're clearly going to Trae Young over Irving and Durant today, even though Kyrie, 9,900 on FanDuel, 9,700 on DraftKings, looks good. Durant, 10,600 and 9,900. I mean, he looks good, but I can't prioritize Kyrie and Durant yet. First thing I hear today is Josh saying, "What's his nuts?" Did you win 100K again today or last night? Just cleaning up as of late. Moving on to Chicago. Just really found Brooklyn to be unappealing there. So let's look at this Bulls team. Chicago, probable on... Oh, Zach LaVine is back. Ew. Now the question becomes, how many minutes can Zach LaVine play? So Vooch is just sort of in for 34. And we know that Zach LaVine is going to play a bunch, I would guess. So I'm giving him 32. I think that seems fine. Do we have any notes on him? 11 straight games. So they're probably not going to make the playoffs. He's going to take a shot, that's for sure. Don't think it's going to matter all that much. I'm really curious to see if they continue with Kobe White as a starter. That was not the case when Zach LaVine was still in. Kobe White was playing less minutes. Satoransky was getting the run. I wonder if that flip-flops. I don't know for sure. I'm going to assume that Kobe White stays in at this point. We're going to go to Satoransky getting 16 minutes of backup run. We're going to go to Markkanen getting about 18 minutes. Tice at 26. Thad Young at 24. That all seems about right so far. Yeah, that seems right. Then Patrick Williams, 28 minutes. That works. That leaves us 30 minutes for Garrett Temple and Denzel Valentine. Temple played 28 minutes for both of the last two games, but Zach LaVine is now back, so that will change things a little bit, or at least it should. So I'm going to go 14 here for Denzel Valentine, 16 for Garrett Temple, because I don't think Garrett Temple matters. I don't think anybody really matters on this Bulls team right now. I'm going to give Zach LaVine his normal rate. I'm going to give Vooch his normal rate. Everybody else is going to fall in behind that. Maybe we can play Vooch. That is about it here. Chicago looks dreadful. 9K Vooch on FanDuel is the only thing that you can play from the Chicago Bulls today. Bulls taking on the Hornets. This is just not a good matchup. Bryson Henry. LaVine will not have a minutes limit when he returns today. Have you seen that somewhere? And I also agree that he doesn't have a minutes limit. It's not so much a minutes limit as a can he play 36 minutes like he normally does coming off of COVID. They don't need to limit him. He might just not be able to do it. We've seen this with most people that have come back from COVID breaks where they clearly don't have all of the gas in the tank. Okay, Bryson, just so you're aware, that's not a source of information for me. I need to see it from a beat writer. Let's see if I can find anything quickly. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything right now. I am seeing what you saw, but that's not all that important to me. I mean, that came out of Zach LaVine's mouth, apparently. So I like 32 there. And either way, he's 9,400 on FanDuel and 9,100 on DraftKings. I don't need to take Zach LaVine on the first day back of COVID in a bad matchup. So let's go to Charlotte, the other side of this matchup. And for the Hornets, no Cody Martin. We know that. PJ Washington in. Okay. No Miles Bridges, no Gordon Hayward, no Devontae Graham. So let's think this through. We're going to go 28 minutes to Brad Wanamaker. 20 minutes plus another 16 for Terry Rozier. We saw Biyombo get the start the last time. I think that is exactly what happens again here. No Bridges is really a bummer. So it's the same situation that we had in the last game plus PJ Washington. So that's pretty easy to deal with. Without Bridges, I think... all right, so who do we think starts? Bang, 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 bang. Who's the fifth starter? It's just easier to start Biyombo in that spot. Oh, no, it's... Ball, Rozier, Martin, McDaniels, Washington, maybe? I don't know. Either way, somebody's got to be the backup center. So let's give Biyombo 16 minutes. We're going to give Cody Zeller. Actually, let's give Biyombo 20 minutes. We're going to give Zeller 14. And then that'll get us all the way up to 32 for PJ Washington. 34 for PJ Washington. Malik Monk, just going to be relatively limited. I'm going to give him 20 minutes. Morning, Matt. Who else are we missing? All right, LaMelo can move up the positional spectrum. So we'll give Caleb Martin 30 minutes. We'll give LaMelo... Really? Just 30? We're going to give him 31. Feel like we have to. And then McDaniels. Okay, that takes McDaniels to 27. So that means that we have to find some minutes here. Because McDaniels isn't playing 27 minutes. Elijah, that's the only attitude you could have. Back at it. 109 viewers, 60 likes. Ratio slipping a little bit, everybody. For all the new people that have been in here in the last 15 minutes, don't be afraid to hit that thumbs up. All right, I need to figure out who's going to get less minutes. I assume it's coming from the centers. So let's get Jalen McDaniels up to 32. We take that to 15 and that to 19. And then we're going to go 17 and 12. Done. Morning, Marcus. Will Martin or McDaniels start? There's a decent chance that Martin and McDaniels start. But who the hell knows on Charlotte at this point? All right, rates are in for the Hornets. And I guess I probably should just check and see if anything really pops out when these guys are off the floor. So Hayward off, Bridges off, Graham off. I don't think that I need to take... who the hell am I missing? Martin. Don't think I need to take Martin off. Rozier's usage rate can come down a little bit. Assist rate can stay the same. PJ Washington, 23% usage in 183 minutes here. That's interesting to see. LaMelo's usage rate actually goes up a little bit higher too. Malik Monk's does not. So let's do something like this. 21, 2 and 8. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. McDaniels can stay at 18. Caleb Martin, right? That's the one that's in 18%. That's fine. Brad Wanamaker, fine. All right, everybody else is good here. Did I make a Wells Fargo PGA pick? Mark, yes, I did. Ben Raz and I did a betting video out a little bit earlier this week. My outright was Tony Finau, and then I have Webb Simpson top 5, and I don't remember what my other one was. My third bet, you should just watch it, obviously, but my third bet was definitely somebody. Can't find the thread. Ben and Justin. Fino. Webb Simpson. Oh, Harris English to top 20. Matt, I would prefer they somehow draw and no one can win the Champions League final. That would be ideal for me. All right, let's get everybody added back in here to the main table. But first, let's look at Charlotte. And at Charlotte, I'm going to Terry Rozier at 6,200. To me, he's just too cheap on FanDuel for somebody that's playing 36 minutes. LaMelo Ball would be my second priority. And he looks pretty equal on FanDuel and DK. I think there are shares of PJ Washington and Jalen McDaniels to be had. But for now, let's check out all the teams. So Atlanta, Brooklyn, Chicago, Charlotte. That's it, right? I only did 4 teams so far. Atlanta, Brooklyn, Chicago, Charlotte. So where are we so far? Yeah, Trae Young and Terry Rozier are core plays on FanDuel. They are basically 4.5 to 5 points ahead of everybody else. On DraftKings, it's Trae Young, about 4 points clear of everyone. Kyrie, it would be second, but Trae Young is on his own tier. So on to Dallas now. Dallas Mavs. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. I was right. God, my triceps hurt so bad. I gotta go back to a trainer today, or it's gonna feel like there's needles in my arms, but oh well. It'll be all right. Wait. Did I read that correctly? Jamie Brown. You said one and done Fleetwood, and I thought you were telling me that he teed off and bailed because that was one of Ben's bets, and I was about to laugh pretty hard. All right, so for Dallas, we kind of know what's going on here. No Maxey, no Porzingis. Same scenario as last game. Oh yeah, I've been hydrating. I got Gatorades and waters and everything all over this place. Jeffrey, I agree. Everyone should be hitting that like button. Absolutely. All right, let's correct this Dallas rotation since we have the same rotation for today's game. I'm going to take those 6 minutes away from Boban. Nate, I didn't play last night. I had some stuff going on after Live Before Lock, so I wasn't going to be able to sit around and check my lineups. I had to go to a buddy's house. All right, so Powell played 28 minutes. We got 18 out of Willie Cauley-Stein. And they, for all intents and purposes, split the center run. Why would we expect that to not happen today? Especially without Porzingis. They don't really have, like, I guess Nicola Melli could be a small ball 5. I need to look at that rotation from the 4th. So Powell didn't start. Willie Cauley-Stein started. Interesting. And then Willie Cauley-Stein started the second quarter. Then they went to Dwight Powell in the third quarter. Willie Cauley-Stein became the backup. Then they go to Powell to start the fourth quarter. And at that point in time, the game was just out of reach. They were up by 26. So, yeah, it seems like they would rather get to more Dwight Powell. So I'm going to go 26, 20. We'll say 2 minutes for Nicola Melli there, but really just 14 as well. And then 34 for Dorian Finney-Smith. Luka for 36. Check. Trey Burke. Jalen Brunson. All of this stuff looks good. Although I guess I should try to get Tim Hardaway Jr., a little bit of extra run. Josh, will my MLB show be the same time as the pro? I don't even know when that's, if and when that's going to happen. And I don't even know what a process show for MLB could look like. Because that is a sport that I don't really particularly think lends itself to adjustments. That's a very raw data sport for me. So it's a lot of just paste and go. But we'll play with it. We'll see if anybody actually wants to watch it. But if I start a baseball show, I might have 30 people here. And I can't do a live show at 6:30 in the morning for 30 people. That'll be depressing. All right, I have 4 minutes left over for Dallas. I guess I could just actually leave them there. We've got Tim Hardaway at 29 minutes. I think that's fine. Jay Rich seems fine at 28, although in a weird way that does feel a little high. But Trey Burke didn't get more run. Josh Green played 23 minutes. Played the entire second quarter and most of the third quarter before they actually went back to... He was plus 18 in the second quarter in that run. Maybe they reward him again. They could. I'll at least give him a little bit of run. Yeah, Jamie, it is all data entry. All right, I think we're only looking at Luka here, which isn't really surprising because most of Dallas is terrible at DFS. I don't have a single person on Dallas outside of Luka that's active today as a higher than 0.93 baseline projection guy. That's nuts. Play Luka, play nobody else. On DraftKings, I guess you can play Dwight Powell and Tim Hardaway Jr., but Luka is the only real piece of Dallas that you want today against Brooklyn. On to the Pistons, who I'm sure are playing like nobody today, right? Pistons, no Diallo, Jeremy Grant, Josh Jackson, Dennis Smith Jr., Corey Joseph, Magruder, Mason Plumlee, Wayne Ellington questionable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so they do have 10 guys. And everybody except for Diallo is available. So I can mostly just give Wayne Ellington those minutes. I could take a couple minutes from Servita. So that gives me 8 additional minutes. Who needs extra run? That's the real question. Joseph, that's fantastic. All right, so Tyler Cook really isn't playing all that much. And Jahlil Okafor is legitimately the backup. So we're going to switch that to 30 and 18. You know what? We'll go 29 and 19. Not that matters. Tyler Cook at 12. Sekou Doumbouya is actually going to go 32. 32 minutes to Bay. No, we're going to give him... We're going to give him 36. That leaves me 2 extra minutes. Are we giving those to Frank Jackson? No, I don't trust that. Well, guys, we're definitely playing too much of this stupid team today. Let's take everybody off and see who I actually need to prioritize for rates because I feel like I just have this missing. So, no Grant, no Plum Dog, no Blake, no Rose. I mean, some of these, I can't even believe some of these guys were on the damn team. No Diallo and no Josh Jackson, right? Jesus, they don't have enough sample here. There's going to be like 10 minutes. All right. I guess that's close enough. Most of these guys are still on the team. Frank Jackson is the guy that gets the biggest usage bump. So I'm going to lock in his 23.3 that I have. Does anybody not get it? Isaiah Stewart does not. Jahlil Okafor, there's no telling. Killian Hayes has played 32 minutes, so really hard to want to go that direction. Nobody else. Sadiq Bey, 22% usage rate. I'll lock that in as well. Then everybody else is just going to kind of fall into place with a guess. I don't know who else I could touch here to make it different. So for the Pistons, on FanDuel, Sadiq Bey at 6,400 is at the top of the heap. I'm not going to lie. That doesn't make me really excited. I think Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes, and Frank Jackson are all in play. On DraftKings, it's Bey again at the top, but $3,500 Sekou looks a lot better than he does at 4,700 on FanDuel. Just putting that out there. So let's add Dallas. Let's add the Pistons. Let's see where Luka lines up with these guys. So Luka is at the top of the heap on DraftKings now, basically a full point ahead of Trae Young. So I'm prioritizing Luka. Trae Young and Sadiq Bey are neck and neck. So I really like that combo. That trio is very clearly the top trio for me. Luka, Trae Young, Sadiq Bey so far. On FanDuel, it's still Trae Young and Terry Rozier at the top. Luka is quite a bit behind him, or quite a bit behind them. Luka is more in this tier with Sadiq Bey, but Luka is definitely ranked ahead of Sadiq Bey. Golden State Warriors taking on this silly Oklahoma City team. And we've got no Oubre, no Damian Lee, Pascal questionable. So this should be just the normal Golden State rotation that we've seen as of late. I don't know who else I could actually put in here. Looney, his minutes are just quite scary. You know, over the past 10 games, he's averaged 26.5. I'm going to try to give him an extra minute. We saw Juan Toscano-Anderson's minutes come down a little bit. I've got Draymond in for 35. I probably need to give him an extra minute. So I'm going to leave Toscano-Anderson at 29. Michael Mulder needs more time. Jordan Poole apparently doesn't. So let's go to 18 and 25 here. Kent Bazemore in for 33. I don't know where else those minutes go if he's not playing 33. I guess Wiggins can take one of them. We'll get Wiggins up to 37. So this is where I'm at for Golden State. Rates are going to stay the same. And I think a lot of this is going to pop. Yeah, Steph, 9,900 on FanDuel, 10-6 on DraftKings, and he looks really good. Definitely a core piece. Wiggins and Draymond on both sites are going to be, you know, mainstays of the rotation, I guess I could say. And then I just got to hope that Kent Bazemore doesn't get 8 stocks. I'll add Golden State in just for the context of Curry in relationship to Luka and Trae Young, because we're kind of loaded up there. On DraftKings, Curry and Luka have separated themselves. Curry only 0.2 of a point ahead of Luka relative to salary. I don't really have a preference here. Ownership would come into play. On FanDuel, Curry is pretty clearly ahead of Luka, basically by 2.5 fantasy points. And we now have Trae Young, Curry, and Rozier in the core at guard. But guard looking loaded today. Loaded so far. Indiana. Tired of this team. That much I can tell you. What did we end up getting out of these guys yesterday? Goga ended up playing 20 minutes. Okay. That's interesting to see. What kind of rotations? Because that's super relevant. I want to see how much they played alongside of each other. All right, so that final piece of rotation was garbage run. So he actually only played 18 minutes. And they did play alongside of each other in the third quarter. So it's good to know that that can happen at the very least. Take whatever we can from that. Malcolm Brogdon, doubtful. Sumner, questionable. Lamb, questionable. Jakar Sampson, questionable. I'm treating this like everybody that wasn't in yesterday is not in. I think that's the only reason or only way that I can go right now. But that does allow me the opportunity to move Goga up to, I'm going to say 18 minutes. How much was that run at the end? Yeah. I think they'll play alongside of each other a little bit. We'll go to 30 and 6 here. I'm going to take those Keelan Martin minutes and make it a little bit easier. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I see. 30 and 6. That goes there. Did Cassius Stanley play yesterday? He did play yesterday. Good to know. LeVert's probably going to screw me again, but who knows? So let's do something like that for the Pacers today. And obviously, we got to keep our eye on the news for today. The Q tag on Sumner, Lamb, and Jakar Sampson will be very important. Jakar Sampson in particular could really change the game up a little bit. Wow, O'Shea Brissett only played 24 minutes. I feel like I need to make a change there. But at the same time, is that just because of how big of a blowout it was? Why bring him in for he was -5? Just a bad game, maybe? I guess he was still on pace to play like 30. I just don't know where else those minutes would go. Because I have McBuckets at 26. I guess I could take him down. Take McBuckets to 28. In theory, Keelan Martin can get out there for a little bit more run. Aaron Holiday played 27 minutes. So who didn't play as much as I have in here right now? Justin Holiday. Okay, that makes sense. Let's do something like that. Do I need to change any rates? Yeah, we need to give Aaron Holiday his normal rate. I'm giving out bonus tips for steroids. Yeah, if only. I would take steroids for sure. I would take anything. If I can get a doctor to give me that stuff, I would absolutely take it. I'm 36 years old, man. My testosterone is probably low. 158 viewers, 92 likes. I think it's about that time for everybody that didn't hit the like button to run that number north of 100. I think that's where we stand. Really difficult to prioritize anything from Indy today, especially with the fact that we could get even more bodies back. I think these guys are just overpriced right now. I really do. I don't get the sense that anybody from Indy is going to be someone that I advocate for strongly. And that includes Sabonis. Yeah, there's nothing here for Indy for me. Like, these guys are in, they're viable. They're in this like middle tier. Basically, like, anybody you see in this table is like can be played in GPPs, but it's minimal stuff here. Like LeVert, McConnell, Sabonis, O'Shea Brissett. That's probably the only way I'm going on FanDuel. I think that you could add in Aaron Holiday and McBuckets or something on DraftKings, but it's small. There we go, 100 likes. Ask and ye shall receive. These next two should be pretty easy, at least from the fact that I can't imagine we like anything in Clippers-Lakers, but it depends on who's back. So we do have Bev back. I got to gut this Clippers rotation quickly. Still missing Serge Ibaka, but there's no chance that we're going to like anything from the Clippers. No Awesemo Hall of Fame because of steroids. That's hilarious. That's funny stuff. All right, 26 minutes for Zubac, 14 minutes for DeMarcus Cousins. And then what? Marcus Morris gets the other 8. Sure. So that's 30. At point guard, Bev, I think, plays like 18 minutes. I think Rondo probably plays like 18 minutes. And then Reggie Jackson gets 12 plus. I mean, he ain't going anywhere. So let's go 16. Young Jay, I have no idea what that is. I mean, I know Blender. I mean, I don't know him personally. I don't think that he and I have ever interacted really. Seems like a good guy. Seems like he's super sharp, but I don't watch any other DFS content. I don't have enough time in the day. I'm too busy doing all of my own, but I assume it's pretty sharp given everything that I've ever heard him talk about. But no, I don't know what that is. Nick Batum, 24 minutes. Let's just see. Can I give him 26? Let's see where we end up. We give Paul George 36. We give Kawhi Leonard 34. And that leaves me 10 minutes left over for sort of anybody that wants it. Terrence Mann, maybe. Yeah, that works. Ray, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. I do need somebody to lift the coffee cup. So like right here and right here, just I feel like someone just stuck 2 spikes inside my arm. Let's get the Clippers out of the way quickly. Did I accidentally? Yeah, there we go. Didn't know I did that. All right, for the Clippers, yeah, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and neither of them look like good plays. Not surprised. Now we're about to do the exact same thing for the Lakers, where nobody looks like a good play. I need more water. All right, Lakers. And I believe everybody's just like around for the Lakers. Nope. I mean, other than the guys that we knew weren't going to be playing. So no Schroeder, no LeBron. I was very wrong on the Lakers. All right, so no Schroeder, no LeBron. Let's get the center spot hashed out first. Drummond, I think we see play, 24 minutes? I think we see, let's see, Drummond, Harrell, Gasol, 48 minutes. Drummond, Harrell, Gasol, 46. Okay. So they're only going to split these minutes. Harrell's minutes are coming down, which makes sense. They got to get Marc Gasol ready for the playoffs. Montrezl Harrell's useless in the playoffs, at least for this team. Let's give Gasol 10. We'll give Harrell 14. Give Anthony Davis 34. The Caruso, I think, gets 28. KCP 32. Yeah, that works. Markieff Morris, backup minutes at the 4. Kuz plays monster minutes, 34. And then we just fill it out. So Ben McLemore is just pretty consistently playing like 16 minutes a game. That works. That leaves me 34 minutes for Talen Horton-Tucker plus X. What is X in this scenario? Because he's not playing 34 minutes. But I think he could play 22. So that leaves me 12 extra minutes. Wes Matthews got dusted off, so I'm going to put him back in. Boob. That's the part that everybody's missing. The people are not going to just immediately sign with the Lakers so they're the 10th man. Like, guys want to play. They have to think about their future contracts. It just wouldn't work like that. Also, think about it in this scenario, because someone wrote on one of the videos about it in terms of abolishing the draft, that the Lakers would just sign all the rookies. As if LeBron James, in a season where he's trying to win a title, is just like, yeah, let's break in the guys that are the worst on the team. Like, rookies are notoriously not helpful. There's no way that LeBron is trying to play with, like, they'd be trying to sign like third year and juniors and fourth year seniors and stuff. LeBron would have no interest in breaking in rookies. The talent's already concentrated. The Lakers and the Clippers are the 2 favorites in the West. The Brooklyn Nets are the favorite in the East. It's not like Philadelphia is some small market. Milwaukee shoehorns themselves in there because they happened to draft Giannis in the middle of the draft. A guy that could have been signed in my scenario by literally anyone. Like, the talent's already concentrated. Everybody already goes to those markets. It's not going to get more concentrated. These guys just leave in 4 minutes anyway. The Lakers did not lose the AD trade. They won the title the first year. Flags fly forever. Yeah, no, I mean, if you have the ability to, like, explain it to me in a paragraph, I would go for it. But if it's what I think that it is, I 100% agree. The construction of the lineup is way more important than the individual part of a lineup. You can fade anybody or play anybody. The relationship of ownership and the rest of that lineup is the most important piece. So if it's something along those lines, then yeah, I totally agree with it. Ooh, you might not have to convince them. You might just throw a bag of 150 million at it and call it a day. Also, you know, those teams get those picks anyway and don't appear to be saving themselves. Minnesota has Karl Anthony Towns. They've been bad with him. They have Anthony Edwards. I expect them to be bad with them. No, I wouldn't abolish the salary cap at all, because I think that's the only way that you can keep this keep this locked down. Otherwise, then it becomes an actual problem. Yeah. I could see rookies like teaming up together in less desirable cities for a big chunk of change. You know, you get a package. Like, what if you brought in Zion, Cam Reddish, and RJ Barrett? They were all together, right? It was those three. Like, what if you're some team and you're just like, here's the package deal? Like, that is viable. Anyway, back to the Lakers. Anthony Davis and pretty much nothing else. So, as I suspected, the late night hammer, which should be a fun game, isn't a fun game. Like, none of these guys pop up anywhere near the top. So we just looked at the both LA teams, and they are at best like meh. I mean, if you're saying that the Lakers have bad coaching, I don't know what basketball you're watching. Frank Vogel has done such an exceptional job of coaching this Lakers team. In a season where they've had large swaths of the year without Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and they are still a high-end NBA defense, he should get more credit for Coach of the Year this year. Yeah, Young, I 1,000% agree with that. He's 100% right. And that is, that's the type of take that I think, or I would like to say, like someone like Adam has been talking about a lot on shows. But yeah, he's just right. That's all there is to it. I mean, you're just naming better coaches now. That, like, first of all, to give Jason Kidd credit for coaching any type of defense is ludicrous, given the reason that he ended up having to leave the Bucks. Their defense was dreadful. Can't be giving Jason Kidd credit for anything on the defensive side of the ball right now, or he might still be the coach of the Bucks, because he had no idea what he was doing there. All right, Memphis. Jaren Jackson is back. Grayson Allen questionable. Nothing we could do there. I'm just taking Tillman's minutes. Taking Clark's minutes. Clark's minutes go to Tillman. Jaren Jackson's minutes come in. The Lakers defense sucks. That's just unequivocally false. I mean, that's one of the worst takes I've ever seen in this chat, and that's saying something. Watch them in the playoffs. You mean where they dominated defensively and won the title last year? Alvin, are you kidding me right now? They're the number 2 defense in the league, and they've played a third of their season without arguably the best defensive player in the league and no LeBron James. Yeah. The Lakers will win another title this year. If they do, it is 100% because of their defense. No other way around it. All right. Brandon Clark, all these minutes seem fine. I don't know if Grayson Allen's going to play or not, but I have to assume that he's in for right now. And that complicates matters a little bit because I like Grayson Allen a little bit. Like Grayson Allen for the flat minimum on FanDuel or 4,100 on DraftKings, which isn't as interesting. But Grayson Allen for the flat minimum on FanDuel is not the worst play in the world. That should be different. 417. There we go. Yeah, so Ja and nothing else for Memphis. No surprises there. I don't have much else there. OKC, this one should be a blast. I got to cut out some of these guys that I know aren't on Oklahoma City anymore, but I don't really know who's right and who's wrong. So for OKC, Dort questionable. Did they play yesterday? I can't even remember any longer. 4-5-4. No, they didn't. Okay, so Dort questionable. Where'd that tab go? There it is. No pogo stick. Kenrich Williams, is he going to play today? Got the DNP CD the last time out. Tony, you gotta. That's a bad take, man. That's such a bad take. Oh no, it happened twice. They have the second best defensive rating in the league, 0.6 of a point behind Utah. And if I'm being honest, I would make the case that the Lakers have a better defense given the amount of defensive personnel they've had out. If Rudy Gobert missed 18 games, the Jazz would be in a free fall. All right. Josh Hall. Oh, God, I don't even know who some of these guys are. This is so miserable to try to project. Like, does Kenrich Williams play? I have no idea. I'm going to give Jalen Horde 18 minutes. Mostly so I just don't get Kenrich Williams popping up. Maladon, Ty Jerome, fine. Dort, I've got to take 2 minutes away from and give them to who the hell knows. Moses Brown played 29 minutes because Tony Bradley didn't play. I don't know what to do with that information. I don't know who to give these damn minutes to. This is the worst. All right, so I don't know the status of Kenrich Williams. He might not play. Josh Hall played 22 minutes. I don't really know where I could find 22 minutes for Josh Hall right now. It kind of depends on who's in or out. But I am going to be advocating once again for Lou Dort. And I don't see a way around it. Lou Dort is 5,300. I think he's the best play on Oklahoma City from FanDuel. On 6,400, not quite. Baisley would be my favorite DraftKings option from Oklahoma City. So let's add in everybody that I've missed. So that's Memphis. Oh, and just OKC. Jumps down pretty far. Memphis, OKC. Where is Dort on FanDuel? That's the question. All right, so he's in that second tier. So it's Trae Young, Steph Curry, Rozier, and then Dort, Luka, Sadiq Bey. I hope Dort gets ruled out so that I don't have to play him. Because I have to play him. They don't need to bring back hand checking. Defense is already hard enough. We don't want offense to go away. Nobody wants offense to get worked back at this point in time. That will make the product well worse. How come I was so confident in Russ not having 50+% ownership? Math? I assume that he wasn't 50% owned. I have no idea what his ownership was. I guess I could look it up. What was he owned in the 20? Wow, 51%. I mean, that seems... How does that even happen? That's wild. That's wild. Anyway, we got to close this out. Toronto and Washington. Final two teams to look at as well. Yeah, Boop, I think we already know who's already good offensively. I don't think it's a puzzle. All right, Lowry in, Trent in, Anunoby out. So we got to get Gary Trent, like what, 30 minutes here? Where are those minutes going to come from? I'm fine with Kem Birch's minutes. I'm fine with Siakam's minutes. I'm fine with Lowry's minutes. I'm fine with Van Vliet's minutes. Malachi Flynn becomes the straight backup. We give Gary Trent 12 minutes there. Freddie Gillespie is going to have to lose a bunch of time. Right? Yeah, when was Trent last in? Man, he's missed 6 games. Damn. All right, so we're going to cut Bembry. We're going to cut Gillespie. We're going to cut Stanley Johnson. And then I think we're good there. Bang. Trent in for 20% usage. I think that's reasonable. Although all these guys seem like they're over projected in usage. So let's fix that first and foremost. 23.6, 20.1, 13.1, 21.4, 26.3. I thought we would get to more Toronto, but I'm not surprised that we're not. Van Vliet and Siakam on FanDuel are the best options. Birch, Lowry, Trent, flip a coin. On DraftKings, Siakam, then Van Vliet, then Kyle Lowry. No, like, legit. Siakam on DK is probably the closest thing to a legit option. And then we move on to everyone's favorite, the Washington Wizards. And no Rui is the only real piece here. Give Russ another minute. Give Beal another minute. None of this really matters because the chances of us playing anybody other than those two guys is kind of nuts. Let's take a look here at Washington. Let's just say in the last 2 months. How big is Russ's assist rate in this scenario? Yeah, that's big. It's just weird that the usage rate isn't there. Beal at 33. Yeah, that seems fine. Russ 1.55 FanDuel points per minute. Probably a little low there. Don't really know how to boost it. Is he shooting any better? Nope. Well, let's look at this. No surprise. Russ at the top of the heap on FanDuel and DK. And then Beal, second option. So let's add everybody in, get an idea of where everybody stands. Russ is going to be at the top on DraftKings. No surprise. So Russell Westbrook, top pay up option today on DK. Almost 2 points clear of Steph, a point and a half clear of Steph, 2 points clear of Luka. I'm not telling anybody anything they don't already know. Russ is the best pay up option today. Not the best. Well, I guess technically the best pay up option on FanDuel, although I would rather get to Steph at 9,900 over Russ at 11,600 on FanDuel. Turnovers matter to me a lot there. That dings Russ a little bit more. So I prefer Steph to Russ on FanDuel. I have Russ and Luka spot on equal. So that's where we stand right now, which means it's time to run some crunches. 188 viewers, 100 and something likes. What do we got? 132. If you can, one last time, please hit that thumbs up. Now let's figure out what is the optimal lineup on FanDuel and DraftKings to start our day. That's golf crunches. All right, here we go. First crunch, optimal lineups on FanDuel. Here we go. Starting the day, 325.4. Steph Curry, Trae Young, Bradley Beal, Terry Rozier, Lou Dort, Joe Harris, PJ Washington, Isaiah Stewart, Ivica Zubac. Not what I was expecting at the bottom end. Not at all. Steph and Trae makes a ton of sense. I like the lineup. I'm going to have a lot of everything that we see there, that's for sure. Let's add some rando in. Let's check power rankings. Great spending time with you guys again today. One more day this week. Wow, that is not what I was expecting. I guess it is kind of what I was expecting. Terry Rozier, because of shooting guard, Terry Rozier looking like he's going to be my number one contender for today. Elijah, no, I'm not on live before lock. 8 of 23 this last time out in 39 minutes. Like, I'll take that all day if you know he's getting 23 shot attempts. Because sometimes 23 shot attempts can get you 45 fantasy points. And that's what we're looking for. So he is wildly underpriced right now. Love getting to Terry Rozier. Rozier, Curry, Dort, Harris, Trae Young, Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey, Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, AD, Clint Capella, Talen Horton-Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and Luka Doncic round out the power rankings on FanDuel. We are now moving on to DraftKings. What do we got going on DK? DK's always got the weirdest optimals because of like positional flexibility. Optimal DK lineup. Morning, Dave. Optimal lineup on DraftKings. See, that's when you get to Russ. Russ, Caleb Martin, Luka. Oh, wow. Triple payout. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This lineup is gross. Oh, this lineup is gross. Russ, Caleb Martin, Luka Doncic, Davis Bertans, Dwight Powell, Steph Curry, Sekou Demboya, and min salary Jahlil Okafor. So 3 10K plus guys and all sub 4K guys. That's craziness. You can drop down 0.5 of a point and turn Jahlil Okafor into Willie Cauley-Stein if you would like. I don't know what my dog's yelling at right now. Time for power rankings on DraftKings. I don't think my dog didn't like that lineup either. That was truly gross. Yeah, there's very little shock here that it's looking like Russ is going to be either number one or somewhere in those top couple. Sekou being as cheap as he is complicating matters. Even the dog knows better. Yeah, the dog does know better. He really does. Yeah, that's as stars and scrubsy as it gets. On DraftKings, Sekou Demboya, Russell Westbrook, Dwight Powell, Trae Young, Caleb Martin, Luka Doncic, Davis Bertans, Steph Curry, Sadiq Bey, Andrew Wiggins, Durant, Baisley, Frank Jackson, Bradley Beal. Any other names popping into that list? Doesn't appear to be. So that's where we're at. Yeah, the Sekou thing is not ideal, but at the same time, like, he's 3,500 and should play 32 minutes. He ain't good. I got him at 0.74 FanDuel points per minute for today. But the minutes are there. He's just getting all the run. Against Memphis, I'll take my shot. Guys, that's where we're at, though. Bang. 7 games up, 7 games down. Another process show in the books. And it's been fantastic, as per usual. I love this show. I love this show more than any other piece of content that I do. Hanging out with you guys each morning is the best way to start the day. So thank you very much for that. Shout out again to Monkey Knife Fight for being the presenting sponsor of this show. Use the promo code Awesemo. Get yourself a 100% instant match deposit bonus of up to $100. All for using that code. Free money, everybody. You should take advantage of free money whenever you can if you're trying to build a bankroll or just in general. Contenders videos will be out shortly. Strategy show at 10 o'clock with, I believe, Adam Kaufman. And then that's it for me. You don't get me at all after that. No live before lock. No live before lock tomorrow for me either. So it's just the morning stuff. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit that like button as you leave. Subscribe to the channel as well. That helps out a ton. Notification bell, all that good stuff. Good luck tonight, everybody. One more day this week. I'll see you guys in the morning.